Hello my dudes, welcome back to the Endless Sands, welcome back to the colony. Last episode we did some pretty cool stuff. We got some guard towers built on the edge of the river, and we expanded our borders. Loads of room to work with, great news. Now what I wanted to do as well was add some walls, some retaining walls. We need to get a lot more around the river, so check this out. It took a while, but the materials are very easy, and as you can see we've bordered the river now with loads more retaining walls. This area is starting to look like a real Egyptian city. There's still a lot to do. We've got to build a bridge for one, but we're on the way. Let's jump in. So there's a couple of big things we want to do. Number one, we want to get loads more dudes in the colony because for one, yeah, all of your names in the names list have to be in the city. We have to get loads more dudes and get you guys in. But look at this. Because it's December now, our guys are wearing Christmas hats. Not exactly ideal for the desert. I don't think these guys need to be warm and fuzzy when it's like 900 degrees outside. Nevertheless, Alexander Nightwillow, and over here we have, who are you? Dusk Dart. These guys are chilling in their brand new Christmas gear. Anyway, yeah, let me show you what we're going to do. Now you guys are probably wondering, hang on a sec, what are these things on my hotbar? What's this pretty cool drill? What is this chainsaw? And also we've got exo chestplate, exo leggings, and some night vision helmets, but I take that off because it makes the game look all night vision-y, which isn't that great. It's great for nighttime, obviously, but yeah, not so great for daytime. And if you want to see what they are, make sure you check out the Oritech series. The episode where we do the drill should be dropping tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, so we've built a basic primitive bridge over here, sandstone. This is just like a guide. This is where we're going to have a bridge that crosses over to this side of the colony. And there's actually a lot of room over here before you get to those cliffs. That's pretty good news. What I want to do this weekend, because I've got like a lot of free time, I'm going to go around, finish up all the walls and level out as much terrain as I can. Get this entire area buildable so we have something we can work with. Because at the moment, the whole colony, it looks a bit untidy. The town hall is looking pretty good. Oh my god, it's huge, so big. But I want to get all these roads fixed, all of the walls fixed, so this area just looks a bit more complete. Because there's nothing more frustrating than leaving a job half done. Now you may have noticed, you may have not, but we got the warehouse and the restaurant upgraded to level 2. So let's take a look at these bad boys going up. So the warehouse, the materials for getting this thing upgraded were not too hard at all. Nothing that we didn't have already, which is always great news. Getting the warehouse to level 2 is really big. Obviously, number one, you get loads more storage, which is going to make things much easier for our colony going forwards. And also the second advantage to having an extra level on the warehouse is, yeah, you get more couriers. Every level of the warehouse lets you get 2 more couriers running back and forth, delivering all the nice little gubbins to the warehouse and getting them to where they need to be. So yeah, more couriers, more good. And my favorite thing about this build is the trees. Oh my god, the trees are incredible. They're all hand designed using jungle wood panels from Domum Ornamentum. But honestly, yeah, very impressed, very happy with how these bad boys look. And second up, let's do the restaurant. And again, yeah, getting these buildings away from being just super primitive mud huts. I mean, technically they're still mud huts. These are actually mud bricks that they're made out of. But still, getting it to level 2 is pretty good. The restaurant doesn't really do much at level 2. I think it might get an extra oven to cook things in. But the big thing from the Nile style is, at level 2, the restaurant gets a cookery. And the cookery is, of course, an essential build, an essential building for making food and things. So, with the restaurant built, and again, yeah, looking pretty good, let's get in game and take a look at these buildings. So here we are at the warehouse. This bad boy is level 2 and it's looking pretty good. As you can see, loads more storage in here. Great to work with. I don't see any extra courier huts though. So I guess 3 is what we're working with for now. Maybe at level 3 or 4 they get even more, but that's a question for later on. There's also racks outside. I guess these are like for the future when the warehouse gets bigger, but for now it's more storage, which is just great. And then yeah, over here at the restaurant, and this is the big one because where is that cookery? There was a cookery building block, the hut block, that went down somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Ah, there it is. There you are, you little kind of cheeky little hiding cookery dude guy thing. Well, yeah, the cookery, it's level 0 for now because it hasn't been built. And to get this thing to level 1, mud bricks, acacia wood, packed mud, and a smoker. All of these are super simple. If I can remind myself, let's just get Milena on this. If I can remind myself what a smoker costs. What does a smoker cost? Ah, nothing. Furnace and wood. Yeah, let's go and get the materials and get the cookery built. Now, we're not going to time-lapse the cookery, no. Instead, what we're going to do, let me just grab some mud bricks. Instead, what we're going to do is, we're not going to time-lapse the cookery, no. What we're going to do is we're just going to watch it go up live because it's so small, I don't think it's going to take very long. So there we go, Milena has the materials. She should get started on this cookery pretty soon. So it's time to think about where we actually are with the colony and what we need to do next. Like I've said, I want to tidy this area up. I'm looking forward to seeing what Genie does with the house, because at the moment that's level 1. It could stand to be level 3, maybe some retaining walls. I don't know, maybe he'll add like a garden, like a swimming pool. That'd be pretty cool. I could go for a cool pool. But yeah, tidying up all this area is pretty important because at the moment we just got lots of ugly edges, lots of ugly ends to walls, nowhere to really walk. And also what I'd love to get into is roads. So I mentioned the bridge. And so we're going to go into the Nile style now. And if we go to infrastructure and bridges, there's some stuff here. There are kind of like piers and things, but this is really just bamboo. It's not a proper big bridge, which is what we're looking for the city. And also if you go down here to bridge planking, this is even worse. This is more like just little incidental bits to go on the edge of a river. It'll get your dudes across a river in a pinch, but it's again, not really ideal for the impressive kind of bridge we're looking for. We're looking for something that Ra himself will be proud of. That is the Egyptian god of cookies, if you didn't know. Oh my god, whoa. We weren't even looking and the cookery got built. But yeah, that was a quick build. Thank you, Milena. And we'll hire a chef, but again, we need more dudes, which means we need an apartment, which is, yeah, gonna come. So before we put down more buildings, we need to map out where these things are gonna go. Now, another big thing to look at is roads. There are roads in this, but if you go to the roads tab, there's nothing here. They're not in yet. What is in is avenues. So in infrastructure, avenues, and this is what I'm talking about. These are really impressive. So if we go to like, I guess straight, you can see what the avenue looks like. We've got one of these by the supply camp. It's pretty basic. What's really cool though is what connects to the avenues. So if we go to infrastructure, we want to see what the boulevard looks like. All right, yeah. So you can have a straight section of boulevard. And this honestly just looks really impressive. This is going to look much better as big roads going through our city. So I can't wait to get started with that. And also, these boulevards connect quite well with a lot of our buildings. So it's going to be really good to map them out and get them in. What other kind of boulevards are they? In fact, we can even see this right now. So you see where this ends here, this dirt? If we bring down the boulevard and move it across like this, it kind of perfectly matches here like this. Oh yeah, that is going to look amazing. So you know what? I'm going to pull the trigger on this. Tick. Get Milena. Now we've got to make sure we get all the materials for this. Diorite, sand, moss. None of this is too hard. And we can fill the builder's huts and the warehouse with all of these bits so we can get loads of these around the colony. But we'll get Milena on this for now and help her out by clearing out some of this sand. And this is where we'll use the hand drill, because the hand drill's pretty cool. There we go. Nice big chunks of sand removed. There we go. Oh yeah, getting rid of all that sand. So there she is hard at work. Now there's a lot of jimmying around to do. She's going to have to break into this wall a little bit, but she's got the cool tools she needs to get it done. Wait a minute, is she wearing like a Santa outfit? No, that's just her regular robes. But a quick switch to free cam, and we can kind of see where we want to go with these roads. So I think we can kind of come along here with the boulevard. We're going to be removing this temple because the Sultan doesn't like it. And you know what? I think he's kind of right. And the boulevard can come along here, and maybe we can fit some cool buildings where this old castle used to be. on the other side of the river as well. What I'd like to do is find a way to connect the bridge we'll build to an avenue on this side, bring a road behind these guard towers all the way along here, and then come down along the river, and we can use the boulevard and the avenues to help us map out where we're going to be putting things. Now, we've got one bridge that goes over the river over here, but I do think we're going to need more because that's going to be a very busy bridge as colonists try to get across it. There's some other shallower parts to the river, like I think over here we could stand to have another bridge. That'd be really cool going over this bit. And on the top end of the colony, we're kind of running out of room over here, but there might be cause for a bridge over on this side as well. Now, in fact, has she started building yet? Oh yeah, here she goes. So we can just turn off the UI and just watch her go crazy. There we go. I could even enable free movement, and it's me. Hello, how's it going? Oh no, I fell. Oh, help. Oh man, it's actually kind of hard controlling yourself when you're, third-person camera like this. But, oh yeah, great job, Milena. Look at her build this thing. There we go, and she's done it. Man, so quick. No fireworks, because it's, of course, a decoration. And decorations aren't worth fireworks, are they, Milena? I guess not. Sure, I mean, fireworks, sure. I'm not that bothered. So, yeah, we can get the avenue going along here. It's going to look really good, man. Yeah, these really do add so much to the build. And that's what we're going for. We're going for like a big, impressive city. While traditionally, Egypt was a pretty poor place, unless you lived in one of those bad boys like the pyramids or like a palace, unless you're the pharaoh, we're going to kind of like skip that. We're going for a bit more of like a fantasy mummy style, grand Egyptian city, like you'd see in like, well, yeah, the flashbacks in The Mummy with Billy Zane and that woman, I forget her name. Yeah. They're actually making a new Mummy movie, actually, with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, whatever her name is. That should be pretty cool. Or maybe it'll suck. Who knows these days? What do you reckon, Milena? Yeah, who's to say? Jury's out. Now, on top of building a bridge and getting some roads around the colony, it will be good to put down some walls too. So I want to check out the Egyptian walls and see what they're made of. I mean, not literally because it's like sandstone. I mean more in like a figuratively made of. So, if we go to walls, there is... Wait, what is this? Yeah, walls. There's tower, moat, flat, and incline. Let's take a look at all of them. Starting with the flat. So a flat, straight section of wall. And yeah, they're pretty impressive. I don't know which is the front. I think, like, the bits with the windows, that's where people are going to want to shoot out of. That's what I always think. So, or not. I don't know. Which is the front? It's difficult to tell. Well, a good clue will be what does the gate look like. So this is the wall. There's got to be a gate. There's always a gate. Gate big. Oh, why would you go small with a gate? Yeah, again, I don't know. I kind of imagine the banners to be on the outside of a wall because you want people to know where they're going. Like, you're coming into this city. Oh, but there's banners on both sides, so I guess... who knows? Who knows? I guess, honestly, it's pick and choose. Now, those kind of look like shields. And you want shields to be on the outside. And there's no shields on this side, so we're going to say, yeah, the shields go on the outside. Okay, pretty good. And I reckon we can squeeze these around our colony. Let's go to journey map because it's a bit clearer. And we can squeeze these around. So where are we thinking with the walls? What I'm thinking is, stop me if I'm wrong and let me know where you think the walls should be. But I'm thinking if we start somewhere over here and the walls are going to come along here and we want lots and lots of room over here. We want to capture loads of room over here. I'm thinking we should have a wall that goes between these two areas, these two mountains. So maybe we'll go along there with the wall. And then on this side of the mountain, we'll come over this way. We'll cross over here, stop before the village, come over this way. Then the wall's going to come behind Sandco Tower. We'll make it climb up here. We want to get the oil in though, because I'm going to use oil in my Oritech series. Maybe we'll dodge that invoker camp, because that's bad news bears. Come over here with the wall, then come down on this side. Across here, we'll capture this, then go over here, we'll come up this hill with the wall. and just go all around the edge like that. We want to keep all of this valley buildable. But yeah, that's the plan with the wall, and I think it's a pretty good one. It's going to be a huge undertaking. We'll need to build loads of towers to capture that space. So we've seen the gates and we've seen the walls, but there must be some kind of guard tower that you can kind of incorporate into the walls. And, well, what does the tower section say? So tower, we want like a mid-tower, a mid-wall tower. Okay, yeah, and this, again, looks fairly impressive. That's really good, so we can put the guard towers when we run out of room, when we get to the edge of our buildable border, put a guard tower down, get even more border, and keep the party rolling. So there's a moat section. Let's go for the straight, see what that is. And this is apparently a wall. Oh, no, I know what this is, and then the clue is in the name. This is a moat. And I guess it goes outside the wall so people have trouble crossing it. That's really cool. Maybe we could use like Oritech to replace the water with acid. So the barbarians would have to go through the acid. And that's never a good time, is it? Or maybe lava. Oh, can you imagine like a lava moat? Like an Egyptian city with a lava moat. We'd be impenetrable. Nothing would get through. That's actually a really good idea. I wonder if barbarians actually die to lava, because, you know, the Minecolonies devs, they are real killjoys. And I reckon they've probably made barbarians immune to lava to stop all the fun. But there we go, that's the moat. There's also gotta be some pretty cool decorations in the Nile style. So there's gardens, of course, with beds, bushes, paths, pools, and structures. There's greens, which is just like rocks, ponds, planters. There's going to be trees in here for sure. Yeah, oh man, so we can get some of these really cool looking trees around. Oh my god, yeah, we're going to have loads of these around. We're going to have a big decoration weekend. I'm going to gussy up this colony massively. But the big thing we want to look at is going to be the statues and the wonders. So first we're going to look at the statues. There's a statue of Nef. I think that is Nefertiti, the Egyptian goddess of vodka. She loves a good time, and who doesn't? Nefertiti? No jokes, I think she's the goddess of banging. But anyway, there's also obelisks, and honestly, what kind of Egyptian city is complete without some cool obelisks? So we can get some of those down for sure. There's all kinds of flavors, mostly diorite it looks like. Some granite. I think the granite ones probably match our aesthetic a bit better. There's a Sekhmet Wadjet. What the? What is a Sekhmet Wadjet? Is this like a Pokemon? It looks like a Pokemon. Yeah, it's a statue. It's a statue. Sure. The Sekhmet Wadjet. Honestly, it sounds like Moon Knight's preferred form of transport. But if we go over to decorations again, statue, we've done the Sekhmet Wadjet set. Oh yeah, look at this dude. He is like an Anubis-looking mother trucker. Now these statues are not cheap. Look at this. That's a block of gold. There's a lot of gold in these, and that's kind of the clue that when you're onto the statue building stage, you really should be quite a rich colony. Now, oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. A sphinx. What kind of Egyptian colony would be complete without a sphinx? Now, he's a bit derpy looking, I will say, but yeah, I can see it, I can believe it. This is a sphinx. It's more like a lion, but a sphinx kind of was a lion, wasn't it? And of course, the big boy himself, Tutankhamun, king of the pharaohs, king of kings. He's a bad-looking dude, a bad-looking mother trucker. Yeah, we got to have King Tut on our colony somewhere. A lot of gold, again, but you know what? Manageable. Gold is not going to be that hard to find. So that's a look at the decorations and the statues, but what about the wonders, my friend? That's the real juice. That's what you're all really here for, is to see a massive pyramid. Now, these are a bit weird. And let's just bring this up. Now, this is where things work very differently with the Nile style. The pyramid itself, and I'll go like third person so you can see what's going on here. The pyramid itself comes unbuilt, which you'd imagine, yeah, that's kind of standard. It's just a big old piece of flat land. What the pyramid does is it gives you multiple decoration controllers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, this is a really cool way of doing it because it means what you can do is you can have several slaves, several workers, several builders working on the pyramid at the same time. if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 builders, you can give each of them one of these decoration controllers and they will all build a part of the pyramid. And that's a really interesting, cool way of doing it, and it probably makes the build much, much quicker. What it does mean though, is there's no way to see the finished pyramid until you build it. So I can't give you guys a sneak peek. You've got to get this thing built. And what that also means is we're going to need a lot more builders. Now that kind of makes sense as well, because we have 2 builders at the moment. That builder's hut becomes 2 builders' huts when we upgrade it. But we want to add some more builders over on this side of the river. So I'm going to find a spot to put down one of the new builders' huts. And the latest version actually has quad builder. What's a quad builder? Well, the clue's in the name. It's a builder's hut that has 4 builders. Yeah, here we go. The quad builder. The quaddy. Oh my god. And let's take a look and see what this thing looks like as it goes up in the levels. So we want to put this, I think, next to this guard tower here. It's on the other side of the river, perfectly poised, perfectly positioned to be a great place to build things from. And this is at level 1. Of course, level 1 is only just the 1 builder. So I'll go third person. And let's take a look. So the quad builder, level 1. Level 2, it gets another level. And I think it gets the second builder. So now at level 3, at level 3, it becomes, just like Pinocchio became a real boy, this building becomes a real building. Did he become a real boy? Or was he still made of wood? I can't remember. But yeah, at level 3, you get another builder's hut, and it becomes a 3 builder. And that's about it. Got the residents up there. Yeah, that's about it. So 3 builders at level 3, then at level 4, it gets tricked down a bit more. And do we get the 4th builder at 4? Yeah, here it is. Oh, wow. So all of these builders' huts are right next to each other. That's pretty cool. So at level 4, it becomes 4 builders' huts. And level 5, oh yeah, it gets that lovely white finish. A few fancy terracotta blocks here and there. Looking very good. So this is the perfect spot, I think, for our builders' huts. The front door is here. Let's get this built down to level 1. And I'll see you guys in a minute to watch this build. So the quad builder, honestly, this is a really genius idea for a building. 4 builders' huts in one building is really cool. And that's kind of where the Nile style really does win out. So you can be forgiven for thinking that this build style is really unusable because the building's just way too big. There's never enough room on the colony. But the truth is, the buildings are big, and inside the buildings, you usually have a lot of the smaller buildings like guard towers, residences, and sometimes multiple of the same building. So this builder has 4 builders' huts, which means we don't have to build 3 more. It has a residence, so that's like 1 house we don't have to build. And looking at the materials, I had to make a courier's hut to get this built, so it also comes with a courier too. And when you think about how much space you've saved putting all of those buildings inside this one building, it's actually pretty impressive. So the style looks big, but you can squeeze a lot more for your money in these buildings. And here we go. It's at level 1, but I want to take this bad boy to level 2 because I think every building we do now, we should go all the way to level 2. So there we go, my dudes. A bit of a shorter episode today. Stay tuned because Monday, I'm going to have built our entire walls, and it's going to be a big episode where we really get the shape of the colony flattened out and in our minds. We're going to have loads of buildable space. Going forwards is going to be super simple. Also, fingers crossed, Genie will have finished building our player house. That's going to be really cool to see as well. So, a massive thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next episode for some more Endless Sands. But until then, my dudes, take care.